Hello. I suddenly had a thought that I wanted to talk about. I wouldn't worry too again. If you watch these videos, you know that's my petrol light. Or my petrol son saying I haven't got any petrol. I wanted to talk about. I want to try and keep things relevant. And I wanted to talk about the Amazing Spider-Man, especially since the new film's coming out. I don't know anything about it that's coming out, but I just thought I'll speak for 5-10 minutes about the Amazing Spider-Man. I kind of got a bit bummed recently about superhero movies. Not to the point where they've really grabbed me. If you know me, you know how much I love like your X-Men's and your Batman and everything else. And I thought the Dark Knight, is it Dark Knight Begins, the first one? I thought that was really, well, I thought it was good. I still didn't think it was brilliant, to be honest with you. I did think as a Batman movie, compared to the two before, it was pretty good. And although I know Christian Bale can come across as a bit of a twat, sometimes I do think he's a good actor, although I really didn't like him in Terminator. He did not suit John Connor whatsoever. They clearly just used him because he was popular at the time. The guy who played John Connor in Terminator 2, Edward Furlong, was the most amazing child actor I've ever seen. And they really should have kept his vibe. But they didn't at all, and there was no need for Christian Bale to be in that. But I did think as a new Bruce Wayne, I thought Christian Bale was alright. So I thought he was okay in that, and I think he was good. And The Dark Knight Rises, the second one with the Joker, obviously we all know about the very sad thing with Heath Ledger, I thought was really, really good. Again, it got a bit too muddied in itself near the end, and far longer than it needed to be, and far too serious than it needed to be. But it was worth it just for watching Heath Ledger be the Joker. I thought that was absolutely perfect. I didn't like the Harvey Dent stuff. It just didn't really work for me. It just seemed like a little bit to tack on at the end when the Joker bit was over. I'd rather have been about the Joker, considering that was the last time we were ever going to see him do anything. So, and you got to admire somebody's commitment to a role that they literally, because I think he was a bit of a troubled chap anyway, and he obviously had a lot of demons going on in his head, but he always managed to, kind of keep under control and to carry on being a Hollywood actor when you've got, I struggle to even get to work every day with all my shit going on in my head. The amount of fucking people who won't stop walking up this road. But from many stories which I'd heard, he really, really said he wanted to give the performance of his life on this, and he immersed himself in dark thoughts and tried to literally live as a Joker in his head, and took a load of narcotics and drugs, trying to really fuck his mind over so he could be the best Joker that he could. Possibly was a little bit too far, and then he killed himself, or he overdosed, one of the two. Either way, something wasn't good. I don't know if that was really worth, but he was a very good Joker, and that just shows dedication. It is weird if you see Heath Ledger in 10 Things I Hate About You, which is like that typical teen movie that came out about 10 years earlier, and that's, he was only ever in really romantic comedies and teen movies, and I think it just went to show how he really wanted to get into that role and really prove himself. So I thought he was absolutely amazing in Dark Knight Returns or Rises or whatever. And then the third one with Bane, again, it was alright. I love all the Batmobile, the Tumbler, and I liked all the shots of Chicago, and I liked well, I just generally like Batman. I know some people think it's a bit silly, but I love the Batman. As much as I don't like it, because I think I've got to watch a 3-hour Batman film, which probably he's in it for about 15 minutes. But when he does turn up, you really do appreciate him, and I think that's a good thing. And I like how he talks like this. And even though that probably is, but I like that. I don't know why. I just think otherwise. He's just a man in a suit. I like how he talks like that. I like how he had not Harvey Dent, the police guy, pretty much undevoted attention to him. It was always there for him. So I like the third one. I thought Bane was handled pretty boringly, to be honest. If you ever watched, they tried to recreate the basic story, and I happened to read the Dark Knight trilogy. I think it was I was going to say Van Morrison wrote. I've forgotten his name. Grant Morrison. Van Morrison didn't write it. Yeah, in between Brown Eyed Girl and Dancing in the Moonlight, that's top loader actually. But in between Brown Eyed Girl and whatever else, he wrote the dark, gritty epic of Batman. But no, Grant Morrison, and that was basically Bane. That was cool. That's where they got the Dark Knight from. And that was amazing. Bane was literally like, you've never seen, because you've got to remember, Batman was a man. Well, he wasn't a superhero, he didn't have any powers or anything. So when you had Bane all bulked up and he had this thing on his back that pumped like this venom serum into his arms, and he was fucking huge, and he grabbed Batman and he literally bam and broke him on his fucking back. Broke his back. And then he took Batman out of action, couldn't do anything. But then, like, all the criminals started running riot because they knew that the Bane went out and said, "I've broke the Batman." Very similar to the film, actually. But I didn't think it was done as good. So then, I can't remember, his name was Azrael. I don't think Robin was around at the time. He was Azrael. But somebody had to take on the mantle of Batman, literally because it was just getting, like, chaos on the streets of Gotham. And there was a guy called Azrael who became the Batman. While he was out of action, and he didn't have the same ethical code as Batman, and he was just killing people left, right and centre. And then eventually it all ended with Batman training himself, somehow fixed his back, and then found out Bane put him in Arkham. It was really, really good. Really, really good thing. And that was basically what the third Batman, Christopher Nolan Batman film was based on. But I just didn't think, Bane just didn't do it. And then that's twice now that Bane hasn't been done justice. What he was in Batman Forever or whatever it was. No. And he didn't do just can't understand what he said. So I can't understand what he's saying. So there you go. Tom Daly, something like that. And I thought he was an Olympic runner. Or swimmer. Or something like that. So I'm getting off track, but those are, I thought they were quite good. I liked how they reinvented Avengers. I thought was really good. It didn't really connect with me that much because I wasn't really that much into the Avengers. Although I love Iron Man. Iron Man 1 I thought was brilliant. I love how they connected into that kind of like Iraq, Afghanistan type war thing. Brilliant. Iron Man 2 I thought was good. I liked all the Iron Mans because they didn't take himself too seriously while at the same time still tried to be a little bit grounded in real life. So obviously any more Iron Man in the Avengers I thought was brilliant. Robert Downey Jr. I think is amazing. I could watch him to the cows come home. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Never saw Thor. Obviously seen the old Spider-Man films. They're okay, but I think Tobey Maguire really wore out his welcome near the end. And I'd just say Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 1 I thought was really, really good. At the time we didn't know any different. Spider-Man 2 I thought was really good with Doc Octopus. And Spider-Man 3 was just, it would mainly focus on the Sandman, who I wasn't too bothered about. And then you had Venom, who should have been like... Venom is so fucking cool. And what? They reduced him to being what? I mean, I don't even mind him, but... Thingy out of that 70s show. Who the hell in that boardroom went, you know, Thingy out of that 70s show? You know, the really weedy, like, nerdy one. Nothing against him, but, you know, the one who plays the nerdy, weedy kid. A bit like myself. Let's get him in as Venom. Even though the fact that Venom was meant to be, like, some huge fucking, like, carnivorous monster. And then what we'll do is, we'll have Dark Spider-Man, like he was in the... But instead of having him taken over, what we'll do is, we'll just have him grow his hair a bit long and dance around like the Mask in a club. And piss off Mary Jane. Which, Mary Jane, I cannot stand. She's an absolute bitch. Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3. She's an absolute cockknocker. The entire time. It's basically, whoever she can't have, she will want. She's with Pete, then she's with the spaceship guy who's going to be an astronaut, Jana Jameson's son. Then she wants to be with Harry. Then she wants to be back with Pete. Then she wants to be with Harry. Then she wants to be back with Pete. Then she wants to be with Pete because he's Spider-Man. No, first she wants to split up with Pete because he's really boring. Then she wants to be with Pete because he's Spider-Man and that really turns her on. Then she wants to split up with Pete because she can't going out with the superhero and he needs to think of her safety. Then she wants to be back with him again. She's just really fucking annoying, and I don't like her at all. And I thought the brilliant thing with the new Spider-Man films is, and I'm going to come to this second. Gwen Stacy, and Gwen Stacy's an absolutely brilliant character, and the reason she's a brilliant character is because nobody really knows a lot about her. I mean, to a degree, but she's not like your Mary Jane, whatever. So she's like a breath of fresh air, and she's not really annoying. And also, the woman who played Gwen Stacy, I really, really like. I could watch her till the cows come home. I probably fancy her a little bit, even though she's not really kind of the type of woman I'd go for. But there's just something about her, and she was in, if you've seen Superbad, which I absolutely love, probably one of the first comedies in ages I actually thought was funny. And endearing and nice like you used to have. You seem to go for this kind of scary movie, 1, 2, 3, Evan Mighty, blah, 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 Bruce Mighty. They're just nothing comedies. Absolutely, you know, they're not even really funny and they don't even really care about the characters. And I like Superbad and like 40-Year-Old Virgin and those kind of type of films because they're just mildly amusing, which is nice. And they're also, you know, they're quite funny and you also care about them. And I thought Superbad was brilliant. I love Michael Cera. I love Seth, I've forgotten his name, he was also in Take Me to the Greek. So he was brilliant. I like all of them. And the woman who plays Gwen Stacy in Amazing Spider-Man is the woman who, the chubby one, Frances, in Superbad. And I thought she was very endearing in that as well. And she's also been in, there's a zombie film called Zombie Town, funny enough. I watched that a couple of months ago. Brilliant. She's amazing in that. Captivating. Can't take my eyes off her. And she's exactly the same as Gwen Stacy. Everything like, you know, you put up Mary Jane and put the two of them together, you just be like, bye Mary Jane, you're so annoying. And I liked how she wasn't being saved constantly. She was, you know, he said, we got 4 minutes till the poison's going to spread across the city and turn everyone into reptiles. Straight away, without even saying anything, she's fucking running off to the building saying, you go sort with the bad guy, I will stop the poison. Going straight away, absolutely brilliant. But that would have been in the script anyway. But she's brilliant, and I've forgotten her name, and she's amazing. She was amazing in Superbad, she was amazing in Zombie Town, and she's been in a few things, and she's going to be a very big movie star, I think, for the future. she's going to be very good. Very endearing to watch. And him, I liked him as well. He was very similar. He kept that seriousness that you wanted to succeed, while at the same time didn't take itself too seriously. Had that kind of super bad Zombie Town. Even what's it called? Kick-Ass. That kind of way, you know, it is ridiculous that someone might be a superhero. So that every so often you are going to make a bit of a throwaway line. But he was really, really good. And I haven't seen the second one, and it's coming out soon, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. I thought Rhys Ifans was really good as the thingy as the reptile. Just as good as he was in like Twin Town 13 years ago, where he was a glue sniffing Welsh idiot. Martin Sheen, Charlie Sheen's dad, as Uncle Ben. I thought, fucking hell, Martin Sheen as Uncle Ben. This isn't going to work. It worked perfectly. Absolutely brilliant. Really believable. Sally, whatever her name is, as Auntie... what I've forgotten her name now. Auntie... is it Aunt May? Because she was a bit annoying in the original ones, and I was like, please save me. Again, brilliant. It felt like a modern Batman reinvention, but not quite so serious, but still very grounded in reality, and I thought it was really, really good. I loved Aunt May, I loved Sally, whatever her name is, I loved Martin Sheen as Uncle Ben. I thought the guy who played Spider-Man was brilliant. I loved... Gwen Stacy, Rhys Ifans was really good. Even the uncle was if you know, not the uncle, the Gwen Stacy's dad. And if you watch a lot of my programs, you know I like that. Was a massive twat from the start, and I thought he was going to be, you know, one of the protagonists, the bad guy. He was turned out to be one of the good guys. And he was one of those, yes, I'm clearly a twat, and if you meet me, I will come across as a complete twat. But when it comes down to it, you know, I'm a good guy. I'm just a bit of a stick in the mud. Dennis Leary, as if you know from his talks about acid, and he was also the tiger in Ice Age. And he was very good in that, and he was really good as well. I literally haven't got a bad thing to say about it. I literally was captivated, and I don't really get into films that much these days. I don't think they're as good as they used to be. I was literally on the edge of my seat, and I was really, and I knew Uncle Ben was going to die. I knew it because it's just a classic mythology that when that happens, it's because he doesn't stop someone. It's happened in every version of Spider-Man. Peter Parker tries to save a few people. It doesn't go well. He gets in trouble. Story of everyone's life. And then next time a guy looks like he's getting in trouble and needs to be stopping, and he's got the power, then like all of us, we just go, you know what, I got to be fucking bothered this time. I never get any praise for him doing it. So he doesn't stop him, and of course, 2 seconds later, he shoots Uncle Ben, and then he's got to spend the rest of his life thinking, well, you know, if I'd have stopped that guy, the one fucking guy in the whole world who thought more than anything of me, I just died. So it was very sudden. So I got quite tearful and emotional even before Uncle Ben died, because I could see it coming, and I knew it was coming. I just didn't know how, and it was very well done. And my review of Amazing Spider-Man, I would probably give it 9 out of 10. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And I look forward to the second one when it comes on DVD quality and I can watch it on my laptop, because I don't like going to the cinema for reasons I'll explain in another episode. But yeah.